Jacqueline, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. You know, you've spent a good part of your adult life writing about and advocating for 60s Scoop survivors. Why is that?
Well, this area is near and dear to my heart. First and foremost, I would like to say to survivors that you are no longer alone. For myself, my journey has been being a part of the 60s Scoop. Specifically in Saskatchewan, we had the Adopt Indian Métis program, AIM for short. And for myself, in my particular case, I was never registered for adoption, and I went in and out of foster homes until the age of 14. So 14 foster homes, and also, I'm sure many survivors can relate, also endured a number of losses, a number of traumas, a number of identity issues, as well as really questioned where I belonged or if I belonged here at all. So I certainly bring in the lived experience. And then along the way, many of my mentors and those that came before me encouraged me to really give voice to this experience, now known as the 60s Scoop, also to write about it intensely. And importantly, research was one aspect, but research was really an inner search. It allowed me to find the answers to unanswered questions. And many of us go through our journey when people have asked us, who is your family? Where do you come from? Basic questions. Who is your next of kin? What is your medical history? And so forth, you know. And I had a lot of shame and uncertainty, and I wanted answers to those questions. So that started my inner search, but that also was a springboard to my research and doing my doctoral work on the area of the 60s Scoop. And then later, importantly, it is not about me. It is about capturing the stories of other survivors who have endured, thousands of us have endured the impact of the 60s Scoop. So I've journeyed with and as well as mentored other survivors to encourage them to tell their story, to share their truth, to share in a meaningful way from the heart, and then also talk a bit about what message they would like to pass on to other survivors in terms of their resiliency and their hope and their light.
Is this
so
what part of the foundation is going to do for survivors too? Just kind of increase that opportunity to heal and to share?
Absolutely. And certainly being a part of now our 60 Scoop Healing Foundation, we are going to do our best to create and also to implement programs and activities. And really importantly, the importance of one of our main messages, we're here to journey and accompany, 60 Scoop survivors as well as their family members, their descendants, and also bring in a multi-generational perspective. In other words, that we know, similar to the residential school experiences, that there are intergenerational traumas, but we also have intergenerational healing that we are stepping into, and the Healing Foundation is certainly going to facilitate that. And also, importantly too, that also means that with our 60 Scoop Healing Foundation, that we are looking at how does that actually happen. Cultural reclamation, also reunification. Advocacy is a huge part. Education, absolutely. And importantly, what I would call commemoration. But commemoration is also celebration, to say, I celebrate and honor our 60 Scoop survivors who are listening today, because many of them have been under the radar, many have been silenced and haven't had a voice or haven't even had the opportunity to be validated that they no longer journey away. So that the Healing Foundation now, in terms of our implementation, will also have a rollout of a grant process and healing and wellness services across the nation. So we're quite excited.
Well, we are thankful that you took time out to share this with us. I'm sure that 60 Scoop survivors are happy to see that this is all moving ahead. Unfortunately, we're not seeing it on the campaign trail as much as we'd like to, but we appreciate you taking the time to share this with us today.
Great.